Is that the Privy?
Yeah, Privy.
VV.
Yeah.
It's about to be launched for free, so don't buy it.
Yeah.
EXP is about to give it to us,
Okay.
so don't go and buy it.
But it's spelled PR.
Right here.
Privy?
Yeah,
Or just V?
VY.
VY.
Yeah. So for example, on Privy, the idea on Privy, are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
No, not live, but recording.
Yeah. The deal on Privy is it scrubs MLS for you, so you don't have to sit there and do it. And every day, if something matches, it sends it to you based on the buy box that you give Privy. So for example, I have all of these. So I have Open House is one of the funds that I purchased for.
Okay.
And the cool thing about Open House is cool and not cool. Another fund I work with, they pretty much only use me and my team. Open House, they'll use anybody that sends them a good deal. There's no correlation between any brokerages, which is good and bad for me. One, it keeps me more engaged. But so on Privy, I have every single Open House zip code that they buy in, their top zip codes. That it automatically sends me their deal. I get it. What I do is I send it to my team to do, but I can show you how to underwrite. I don't even really know to show you how to underwrite the deal. I'll show you how to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he talked about Open House, he means a hedge fund. And this particular hedge fund is their name is actually Open House.
What's that?
It's a hedge fund.
Oh, y'all didn't get that? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So if you go to Japan, you're gonna see a bunch of you want to put up their logo. Because I always confuse Open House. It's a hedge fund.
So Open House is the name of a fund that I work with.
Oh, man, we thought it was that.
Sorry, thank you. Thank you. I'm going too fast.
Yeah.
I do this every day, so I'm just.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, that's the name. Thank you.
I thought it was open.
Yeah, no, that was a good call there. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Open House is the name of the hedge
of a fund, and they are. Hey, man, they are like I said. They're not broker. They are broker agnostic, so they'll use anybody that finds them a deal. They'll do it.
So there's mom and pop investor like us.
Oh.
So there's mom and pop investor like us, and there's gonna be like hedge fund, right?
Okay.
Mutual fund, $1 million. For example, Open House, they need to buy $1 million for the house a month.
Oh,
Right.
do you have to be part of something to get the hedge fund, to get the Open House?
Relationship.
Yeah, I've already built the relationship. So like I was telling you, you can send them to me. You can try to build your own relationship. Good luck. You're going to get a lot better just sending these deals to me, and I can present it to them. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I understand.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Open House buy box, right? So that way.
Yeah, let's just start there.
Yeah, is looking for, and then we're gonna build your section 8 buy box, and then we're gonna build your mom buy box.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, this is their buy box. It's pretty. It looks pretty overwhelming, but really not. Their sweet spot, if you will. I asked him for an updated buy box, and he sent it to me. Their sweet spot right now is 1985 to 2002. They're only looking to buy 3 a month in these other date ranges. And then the Cobalt method, which Cobalt to them means 2003 to 2014, they're only buying about 12 a month, which again is fine. But if another agent if they've already sourced 12 in July, they can't close anymore. You'll have to push that closing out to August or September or whatever. And then right now they're not buying anything 2015 and newer for this fund. Most likely improvement value probably. If it's newer construction, there's not a lot of upside, and yeah. Whereas if you buy something that's older, they can do forced equity, which is fixing it up, so now it's worth more, probably, I would think. So what I have done is I go into Batch Leads. Batch Leads is a system that I pay for, and if you're on my sales team, you get access to this. Like Diego's just started on our sales team, he'll have access to this. If not, you can purchase this. I use the Pro version. It's about $2,500 a year.
Okay. So not bad that you're focusing on working with investor, 2,500.
It does a lot more than just investor stuff though too. You can do this for recruiting. You can do this for cold prospecting. Circle prospecting on your listing. All kinds of stuff you can use this for. But for this example, I'm going to use one of their zip codes that they like to buy in, which I have them on my sheet here. One of their top zip codes is 77346. They own about 37 homes in that area, so obviously it's a good area. One of the top zip codes is they own 123 properties in 77449. So yeah, so that's just that is Katie. Yeah, that's probably because of schools or whatever. But anyway, for this example, I'm going to do the Kingwood one.
Okay.
Let me get off this other crap I was working on. So really, when you open up Batch Leads, you go right to the left, it says property search. You'll type in the zip code 77346. It's gonna pull up all properties right now. It was like 16,000, but if you look at the bottom left, there's currently, it's at 6,200 properties that it's pulled. And my criteria just so far is properties built 1980 to 2002. Again, that's their sweet spot that he told me. And then on market, I want them not to be on the market. And then batch leads, if you pay for the pro version, has a batch rank, which AI kind of underwrites the deal and based on a wide range of things, most likely probably equity they have in it. So I set this to, I want them to be about 65% ready, likely to sell. Again, I don't know how they do that, honestly. But right now at 6,500 properties, that's too many. The traditional properties is about, what do you think, about 10 cents or so about per property skip traced?
Yeah.
So just memorize that. So if you go out and you grab 6,000 properties, you just spent $600. So what I wouldn't do that. I would continue to narrow it down.
What you have to
Yeah, sorry.
tracing is that,
Oh yeah, sorry.
okay, yeah, you can actually try to.
Some people don't.
address. You know the phone number.
Some people don't know what it is, but skip tracing is essentially utilizing different services to find homeowners' information. Sometimes they'll give you multiple phone numbers, multiple email addresses. Sometimes you'll be calling the skip trace data and you'll actually get their brother. Like, oh, this is John, but Jeff is my brother. What's up? And then it's just about your scripts and how to talk to him. Like, hey, I don't BS. It's real direct. I'm trying to buy his property. He's trying to sell it. Can you give me his number? Just don't BS. If you just sit there, this is Jeff with Cityside Properties Group. I was calling it. They're hanging up. Sorry, I'm not trying to cuss. We're live. But they're hanging up on you.
Yeah.
Hey, John. Oh, Jeff's my brother. Oh, Jeff, he's selling his property. I'm trying to buy it. Can you give me a cell phone real quick? It's not a script. It's just you're talking to somebody.
It costs
Sorry.
only like 10 cents, but if you pour.
Yeah, but again, 6,000 is too much. So if you go to all filters here on batch leads, you can continue doing the property characteristics. As you can see on their buy box, I already did that. Their minimum is 3 bedroom, 2 bath with a 2-car garage. They cannot have a pool. So they're for this fund. A lot of funds are actually like that rent properties. They don't want the liability.
Yeah.
So minimum 3, minimum bathrooms 2. They do have a minimum square foot. I think it's around 1,000 if I remember right. 1,050. So I'll just do like a 1,150 is the minimum.
Come closer, so it's easier. It's a workout.
Year built, living. Oh, that's building. I wonder what the difference is. We building or living square footage?
It's
I think
living.
it's including the garage.
Yeah.
It's the building.
It should be living.
And
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
probably
not including the garage.
Yeah, probably living. Year built, lot size good, home features. Let me see on home features if it has a above ground pool. You don't want to select that, but it definitely needs to have a garage. So let me see if that's where you put that. Home features. So building type, obviously we're going to have to do individual unit, which essentially, I guess to this system means single family, but maybe not, because see how it went. This is still a finicky system, so you see how it went from 6,000 to 11 properties.
Yeah.
So obviously that's not right. So whatever it's pulling right now, it's not correct. So I would put that back there.
And so all the software, sometimes you have to play around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
This is Privy.
No, this is batch.
This batch leads.
Yeah, batch.
It is messing up actually.
But whatever Jeff is showing you in here, just keep in mind that you can go to that and you can do the exact same thing on.
This is for on MLS, yeah.
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 This is the stuff.
No, but what did he say?
This is off the MLS.
Off.
Yeah. So that's why sometimes, the system, the data, the internet.
Yeah.
You have to play around with it.
But now that we have the characteristics in there, obviously we don't want to look at properties that someone just bought. We don't want to look at properties that they only put 3% down, they have 90%, 97% is their loan. They're not going to sell. Like, we want it further. So of those properties, what you'll do under the even pre-foreclosure and auction type stuff, you can look at Let's just see if they've gotten a notice of sale. Again, you'll, at bottom right, so there's 2 properties that match open houses criteria that have gotten a foreclosure notice. So that may be a good, you can just start there. I try to get at least a couple hundred, if not right around 1,000. I try to get this down to about 1,000.
Yeah.
But again, if you're just working as your day go along and you put this in and now you see 2 properties, I would honestly pause, get those 2 properties, put that on some type of list for you. But for this example, let's uncheck that. These are the, you can see the 6,000 properties. So once you load those, it resets everything. And at the top here, it tells you these, which, again, if it's 6,000 properties, I don't know how 9,000 of them are free and clear. Again, the systems are,
Let's go for
yeah.
the 88 property foreclosure, just for
Say it again?
example.
Okay. So now it's going to see if any of the properties that we have looked at are in pre-foreclosure status. So you just click pre-foreclosure, because this data up here, it says that in 77346 there's 88 pre-foreclosures. But if we search stuff over here and edit it, and then we click pre-foreclosure, it'll cross-reference that, if you will. Of them, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 properties, and this may be a good one here. This one sold in 2001, and as far as we know, so let's just assume this is a good property to look at. Right now, the estimated equity, they don't have a mortgage. The estimated equity is the estimated value, according to this, right? We don't know. We got to do our own numbers. Huh?
So the price, is that the price that we're willing to buy? Or?
Absolutely not.
No. I'm talking about
Yeah.
100 something, 100 the first one.
Where are you seeing that?
100 something thousand?
This is what they bought it for in 2001.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. Yeah, no, keep asking questions, because like I said, I do this a lot, so I'll just breeze past something and then someone...
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, some of the price, 600, 100 something that they bought back in the day.
Yeah, and they'll tell you, this is sell amount back in 2001. They bought it for this amount.
Okay.
Right now, this system thinks it's worth about $300K, and they don't have a mortgage, and they also they're in pre-foreclosure status. So notice of loss pendants, essentially they sent them a notice, looks like they sent them a notice over a year ago. This would be like, for example, this would be a good deal to stop and underwrite for open house. If you're doing them one-off, the things. Me, like again, I try to look and try to get a couple thousand. I take that couple thousand properties, I send them to my team, and the team just sits there and underwrites them, gets back to me. But if you are your own team, I'll be like, oh crap, this could be a good potential, let me look at it. And then just pause what you're doing, open up HAR. You want me to show you how to do the AR?
Something you want to take this one? Can you go through this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
See if this is a good deal.
Yep, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, right now I'm going to save to list, and I'm going to make up, I already have their, I'm going to just put it in there. I'm going to have a tag, open house. Sorry, you were late. Sorry, you're late. Open house is the name of one of the funds that I work with. So it really was confusing, because for the first 5 minutes, everybody was like, what the hell is Jeff talking about? And then Hui was like, this isn't open houses. So what you missed, and maybe some of you also showed up a little late, what you missed is that people right now that have the buyers, I can show them how to force their deals or find their deals, but also I already have legitimate hedge funds that buying, for example, open house, the name of a fund, they're buying 40 houses a month. I already have a really good relationship with the acquisitions guy, known him for 10 plus years, really close. My idea was, instead of you trying to maintain or even get that relationship that I've been working on for 10 years, just find these deals, send them to me, I'll present them to them. Obviously, I'm not going to give you my buyers. And honestly, if he just got a random email and a random deal, he probably wouldn't even respond, because he just doesn't know you. So this is, again, just this example anyway. So what I did so far is this is their buy box. So I plugged in essentially their buy box into a system called Batch Leads. And then I've scrubbed it, and I found one that may work. So I'm going to pause my search and just underwrite the deal and see if it actually works for this fund, for the workshop, if you will. Me, I don't work. I don't stop at one and do it, but I get a couple hundred, and then I'll send them to my team, and they'll underwrite and get back to me. But for this example, it's good to just stop and let's see if this deal works.
Yeah, we start with open house because nobody have a buy box, but now that Michael is here, I know that you have a buy box.
We can create your buy box.
That way it makes more sense, but this is the open house hedge fund buy box that we go to.
And there's two other funds that also buy heavy, completely different buy boxes. They buy all over Texas. There's 17 markets they buy in. But anyway, so let's underwrite this deal. Sorry. I was going to say I can just put it in my ChatGPT, but I'm not. Just for the. So I've trained my ChatGPT pretty good. They're pretty on point with BPOs, actually. Broker opinions of value, or ARVs, are pretty close. I'm talking 5-10K off. And it wasn't like that. Now my ChatGPT is. So, huh? So it's not a prompt. It's I created a GPT for it, and then I just trained it constantly. Gave them all the Zillow information, and I ran numbers through them with it, and it just, there's no prompts. It just has learned.
They remember.
Yeah, they remember what I've taught them.
Yeah.
There's no, and maybe if there's a prompt that's behind it that I could share, maybe if you let me know. Yeah. I don't care.
You
Yeah.
have to keep doing what you're doing with ChatGPT, and then they will remember what you asked them previous. So they will.
I basically trained mine.
Yeah, when they
to
say
run
train,
comps.
that's what I'm trying to do. That means you ask them daily, they will remember who Michael is. Because he asked them daily. Jeff asked them daily, that's why they remember Jeff. Like what kind of question he asked me, what kind of type he asked me about Jeff. That's why I say training. Like, how do you train Jeff? That's what
Just like you would train anybody. Just talk to it a lot.
Yeah, you talk.
And even,
Like, you talk to your loved one.
you can even, instead of typing, you can just open up your mic and explain it. And then it transcribes your voice, and then you send it, the transcribed, and it remembers. But anyway, that's a whole different class. Keep me down a rabbit hole. All right, here's how I run comps. Everyone does it different. There's no right or there's a wrong way. What I'm saying, there's no right way, if that makes sense. There's a lot of people that get to the same number that don't do it like I do it. So do your own comps. This is how I do my comps, but whatever.
For those that have a laptop open, you guys want to go ahead and run the comp for this house and then compare that with Jeff.
Sure.
What's the address here?
4002 Oak Gardens Drive,
All right, let's do it.
and that's in Kingwood, Texas.
4002. What's the address? Let me see.
It's up here. I'm gonna highlight it. I don't know if it makes it easier or
Yeah.
harder to read.
All right. Everybody run comp, don't look up, and then
Yeah.
after that we'll compare that with Jeff.
Like we was saying, this is kind of a workshop, so it's not. We don't have a. I didn't prepare anything. I'm up here just free balling, and let's just do this together, kind of thing. Say it again. I'm running a comp, I'm running an after rehab comp, and then I'm also going to do a rental analysis on it to see if it'll work for this phone.
What's the address? 4002 Oak Garden. Oak Garden.
And here is how I do my comps. Again, do however you want. I always go to MLS. I go to single family. I'm still old school, so I go to the classic single family. I go straight to the map. I type in the address. It finds it. I scroll out. And then I kind of circle this, and I don't go over any main roads or any bayous or anything like that. So when I'm looking at the data, I use this polygon tool here. And whoops, this one, sorry. This internet is messing up. And I'll go all the way down here, follow this bayou. I'll go all the way to this main street. I'll go all the way up. I'll follow this main street. And that's where I start. Now, if once I go back and change it to sold, if there's nothing that pops up, sure, I will probably go across the bayou or whatever that is and look just to see something. But most of the time you can find it because that's a pretty big box. Once I do that, I go to criteria and I do coming soon, option, pending, sold, all those. And right now, so far it's found 67 properties. And of those, then I start looking at the criteria of the properties. This property, I just open up a new tab. I like Zillow's, honestly, so hate me or whatever. Zillow is an awesome website. This one's pending, so we missed it. But no, this is 4003. Aren't we doing two? Huh, I don't know why that pulled up. See, you gotta watch tech. Anyway, their neighbor's house is for sale. That's going to help us comp for sure. Dude, that's a great. We just got lucky there. Just this one's at 340 and it's their neighbor's house, but it could be smaller, bigger. Who knows?
So let's say it's 340.
No, I wouldn't. I would look because I don't even know how What I was looking for is how the size of this house. So I don't even know. It's a 4.2 and it's 2,300 square feet. It's a 4.2. So right now in Matrix, I'm just gonna look at 4 bedrooms, see what that does to my comps. Yeah, something's going on with the internet. Anyway, I'm gonna look at the square footage. I do 20% rule. It's really easy. Math, 2,600 times 10 is easy, right? That's 260 feet, just double it.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. So 500 feet larger, 500 feet smaller. So if it's 2,600 feet, I'm looking at 2,100 to 3,100 square foot properties. Again, that's how I do it. You do what you want. Right now, and now it's 32 properties. I don't think there's a pool on this one, so I'm gonna say no pool. Kingwood has a lot of pools. Right now there's 27. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking a look at them. And then I always like to look at the map, make sure I'm still, yeah, if my property's up here, there's some really close sales,
Yeah.
even across the street. So 350, 365, 330. Let's look at that 350. I think that's the one, probably their neighbor's house. One, this is definitely newer built, right? No, it just looks, wow, it just looks new. It's like, wow, good for them. So just I go fast. I don't even, this one's been pretty updated. I would say so for sure. Could definitely do some more updates. Nice backyard. So I look at the actives just to see what kind of competition I'm going to have when I start listing them. But on this one, it looks like it's pretty easy. There's about, yeah, you're right, 330 to 350. There's some actives in there. But I'm going to show you my actual CMA that I run. Let's start with this one. I only want to include properties that have been fixed up. So I already know with even looking at 2 pictures that this house is fixed up, so I'm going to select that one. This one's also been fixed up. I already know, looking at a couple photos, I'm not going to take a ton of time. I like to get 2 or 3 actives, honestly, just to show what where the market's headed. This one, it's all right. It's obviously a little lower. And then for my pendings, I throw a couple pendings in there. Again, we're 2,600 square feet. I'll start with this one here for 340. That's the neighbor. So this is going to be a perfect comp. Now the work is shit, honestly. Crap, we're streaming right now. The work is not that good, honestly. Pictures look good, but I don't know. You can just tell it's not the best. So if this one actually ends up selling for 340, and it's the same, I bet if with a little bit nicer updates, you can probably get closer to 350. Again, just talking out loud. And then I'll go look at the solds. Right now it's showing 27. Make sure I see all of them. So let's see what they did to get, they looks like they're across the street or something. You see how Hunter's Ridge is ours, but theirs is Bear Branch. So apparently across the street they're getting a little bit more, but not even across the street, just I guess further away they're getting more. So they're probably properties like down here or something. Yeah, the 4s. So they're getting higher probably because I wouldn't put those as my comps, honestly, because they're in the 400s and they're in a different subdivision. So I'll start with this one here. This one is fantastic. They did a great job on this one. That's probably what they got. What they get 365. So I've already established that the ARV is probably going to be around 350, but just for this example, I'm going to show you. Once I have mine selected, I do this button that says CMA. I don't choose that. I go to the comps, I do the map, CMA brief, the pro, and the price recommendation. Then I'll throw the subject in there. The only thing I want really from the subject is the location. Because for
do it this way.
Huh?
I never do it this way. I usually do the quick count, but this is interesting to see.
No, I can dig in a little bit.
Okay.
But again, like I said,
Quick comment.
you probably would have done it way faster and got probably about the same. So I'm saying there's a lot of wrong ways to do it, but like I was saying, there's no right way to do it. There's a bunch of right ways to do it. Is that the property? Oh yeah, it is, sorry. The only reason I'm putting this in is because I want it to show up on my map. So when I'm showing this to a potential investor or someone that I'm showing them how to get showing them their ARV, I want the subject property to pop up. So that's why I put it in there. But anyway, so I go to pricing is my last. I go all the way to the bottom and I type it in. My ARV is 350,000. Whoops.
Oh, I see. So for this, you can customize it a little bit.
Yeah, and you can put notes as to why, but I don't really need to. There's plenty of value. There's plenty of information. So I go to finish.
This is formal. Yeah, I see.
So I'm so used to having to submit this to banks. They don't want your little quick.
Yeah,
They want all kinds of
I always
shit.
do the quick,
They don't want that. They're like, what's this? So anyway, it probably does take a little longer, but I think it's more, you dig in a little bit more, I think. So this is how that I look at my CMAs. First thing it shows them is this is where the subject property is. These are the solds. The greens are the active. The neighbor's house is pending. And then it breaks it down, the quick CMA, which I guess we uses a lot.
Yeah.
It shows the active properties are listed around 356. There is a pending one at 340. And then the solds, out of the 3 solds, all average square foot is 25. We're at 26 and it's at 350. So again, I think a conservative ARV is 350. If you really put a lot of money into it, higher end upgrades, you can probably get 360, 365, but probably no more than that. Would you agree?
Yeah.
If you did really nice updates, but I don't think you need to. And then it shows of the active properties, it gives you a description of them. This is the CMA Pro report that I chose, and banks like to look at this. And then it shows the same things for the pending one. Kind of showed them a little bit about it. And then the solds, it does the same. And then the graphs, I never look at it. They like to see it. But you can look at it if you want. And then at the bottom, it'll have Jeff's pricing. And it'll do it as well here. So it tells you the low price you can expect to flip that house and sell that's 330. The high price is 380. I think it's 365. Median's probably 350. Any question of how I did that? I went fast, I think. But I'm trying to go
I know
slow.
we went down the rabbit hole of running CMA.
Again, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
It is important. It's a workshop.
You mess up this number and then everything else is going to be shit.
Yeah, the second that you give a shit ARV to your investor, you lost that business. If you say, I think you can sell this for, I found a problem in you can sell for 450, and you send it to him, and then he does this, and it's 350, you're not working. They're not going to work with
She
you.
has a question.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I do the CMAs, I think I overdo it because I'm just curious if you do this or if you do more things. Like, I always overlay the flood map. I overlay like the school districts. Like if I see a big price difference to see, maybe I just overdo it. I click on the school, it's a better school district. Do you do any of that? Or?
If it calls for it. So if there wasn't all of these comps right here, then sure. If I couldn't find 3 sales that are right next door, then sure, maybe I would have to go across the street. And if I went across the street, hey, just letting you know, I went across the street. It's a different schools, but the schools are actually shittier. So you can actually get better if you stay in here. Or the schools are way better, so you'll probably get a little bit more. But if the data's there's no reason to, in my opinion.
It's really good that you bring it up because a lot of the time, the school district can make a different.
It does, but if the data's there, I'll just use it.
Yeah.
So if it's in the same little pocket, you just...
Yeah, I think these are great
If
comps.
all of your comp is in the same neighborhood, so I usually lock it down by the neighborhood name as well. So let's say Hunter Village, I usually put Hunter, and then it's gonna pull up all the Hunter.
The reason I don't do that is because some people, when they enter into MLS, they'll type out Hunter's Village, and then some agents will do Hunter's VLG. And
that's okay. I just put HU. Yeah, no, you put HU and then that's it.
So for me, I just do the map and I delete everything.
Yeah, so pay attention
But yeah.
to those.
Okay,
I have a question. Sorry, go ahead.
I do it that way too. I do it too many different ways. I think I just take way too long, so that's why I was just...
Yeah, so you have to speed it up.
Yeah.
If you're trying to underwrite,
Whenever
50
there's
deals a
subdivisions,
day, you gotta go
like
quick.
Women's Village, section 1, 2, 3, 4.
That would be too much.
Does that make...
That's too
doesn't
much.
matter?
Say it again.
Sometimes there's different sections, like the same...
She break it out by section as well. That's too much. Yeah.
Again, if the data calls for it, maybe, but
I'm always like really accurate with my number, but I just overdo it and take too long.
But again, would you agree that this house is probably worth 350 grand? Yeah, see, so I don't know. Different, like I said, my brain thinks differently than everyone's.
Okay.
But, for example, different sections, especially on the higher end properties, some are gated. This section was built in the 80s, this section was built in 2000s. Like, it does matter. But for this, the data was there. I didn't need to dig in more. Yeah.
My question is, so the ALV number is very important.
Very
So,
important. We're starting there.
So I'm always thinking about lower number. So you say the ALV is 350, right?
Yep.
Should we, what is the safe?
So for this fund, it's completely different. If I was running it to, if I was gonna buy this to flip it, it's completely, but I don't wanna go back and forth. I'm doing it for open house. What was your question? What would I offer on this property was your question?
No.
Okay.
My question is, that is the next section, right? What you really offer. But my thing is, when I do the ALV, I always thinking about, you say 350, but I'm always thinking about safe side for me is like 340. Because I don't want to hey, it's 350, but it's come down.
No, that's why I give them all this. They can see right here that the
So
lowest,
okay.
the lowest price is 330, the median's about 350, highest, but it also depends. I'm gonna tell them it's about 350. I don't know how you fix up houses. I put in granite. Do you put in laminate? Do you put in shit? Like I put in hardwoods. Do you put in laminate? I use this paint. Do you use this paint? Like, I don't. So instead, I'm gonna say low end 330, high end 380, but I think ARV is good 350. And I would, as a lender too, I would use the median number, and they always get back. And lately, I've been taking the median number and taking off 10% and lending on that because the market's funky.
Okay, there you go. That's what I wanted to know exactly. So you
10%.
Right. So you give them the 350 minus the 10%.
If I see 350 in today's market,
Yes.
I know where the market's heading. It is going lower. I times that by 10%. That's 35K. Now my ARV is
So you bring up a really
325.
good comp time. For neighborhood that is trending down, I usually do comp for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then I do comp for 6 months. If you see a neighborhood trending down, and then you need to watch that whenever you put it in an offer.
I was just saying as a bank, yeah.
Yeah, because I know
But-
you know when you sell it, and the neighborhood is trending down, and then you have to adjust your ARV.
And that's why I always try to get at least 3 active properties. As you can see, there's some active properties. If this 359, it's been on the market 30 days. If it sells for 330, and this 330, if it actually sells for 320, it's been on the market 35 days, still no sell. It is smaller now, but like it, that's why I always like to show them.
Yeah.
Active 1, where the market's trending, 2, your competition. What are you going to be competing against when you get it on the market?
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Got it?
Question.
Yep.
Real quick, what was the, so I was like 5K off.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's not bad.
What do you think it'll sell for?
I had median 345.
Yeah. Probably closer.
Okay.
Yeah. If I was going to list it, I'd probably list it 350.
And you run it on your phone too? That's
Yeah.
good. Good job.
Yes.
That's what we say about the ChatGPT.
Yeah, you would give this link right here, you would paste that into your chat GPT and say, this is the comp analysis I ran on 4002 whatever street. Please remember this. And it'll say memory updated.
Or you said this thing?
Yeah, it's in the link.
So in a way, you slowly train your ChatGPT to run comp more accurately for you.
And then sometimes it'll mess up. It's kind of still weird. It says, I can't access the link for security reasons. Can you send me screenshots of it? So you screenshot it. You send that ChatGPT screenshots, and it says, this is the analysis I ran for 4002 Kingwood Drive. Please remember that. Okay.
Yeah, ChatGPT gave me like 304 or something like that.
Yours did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see what.
So let's shift here a little bit. Any more questions about the ARV? Because I really want to go back to finding the deal. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I know, Michael, you have a buy box. You're actually looking for a flip for yourself. What are you looking for? So that way, me and Jeff and everybody here, maybe we can review a buy box for you, and then we see if we can come up with the same result or different. Yeah.
For this example, now I still have to underwrite it for open house. Or did you want to shift gears? Think we spent enough time on it?
No, can we ask you the question? How much would you offer?
I haven't done my real one. So for me personally,
Yeah.
if I know that the
350.
is 350, I would times that by about 65%. I would look at the
65%?
me, yeah.
Some people.
If I had photos, 70 to 75 is probably what you're going to sell it for.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't tie it up for that. You're not gonna make any money.
Oh, for you.
But I don't know because for this fund, because they buy these properties to rent them. So that was only one part. I got to find the ARV, and then I got to find the rental amount, and then I got to plug it. That's what I'm saying. Then I got to plug it into their sheet. So I still got some time. But like I said, we spent a lot of time on it. But again, I don't really even need you to plug it into this sheet because I'm going to do it. I just need you to, at the first, find the properties that match their criteria. And then when you send it over, I'll need your ARV and what your rental comps are, but I'm just not gonna take your word for it and send it to my buddy. I'm gonna look at it myself. So technically, I don't even really need to show you how to use this sheet, because you can't even have access to it. But the second thing I would do is look at their rent. So I'll do rental comp. So I'll do the rental comp same way, and then I would send it to my buddy Matt. I'd be like, I found this property at blah, 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 blah. What would you pay for it? He underwrites through his system. He'll say, I can pay $280 for that. I don't know. I can pay $280 for that property. Then it's your job to go in here and start contacting Sean. And either way, let's say that Sean passed away or not even interested in selling, you just wasted a bunch of time. It could be good to go ahead and skip trace and call, see if they're even interested in selling. And my scripts are pretty direct, but you can use whatever scripts you want. There's a bunch online, but what the biggest thing is, you don't want to come off salesy, or like I was saying, I think someone missed it. This is Jeff. You can't say this is Jeff with City Side Properties. I was calling about your property. Stop doing that crap. Every agent does that. They're not interested. There's thousands of people calling them saying that. It would be like, hey, it's Jeff. I'm in real estate. 4002 Oak Gardens. You still own that property?
Yeah.
Looks like you're about to foreclose on it. Are you still looking at offers on that property? Like, I'm talking boom. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'll sit. Most of them, like, honestly, if they're in such a situation, shit, yeah, I need to sell it. If they say no, then your rejections start handling. Looks like you got a foreclosure notice about a year ago. Did you already figure that out? Just kind of stuff like that. Just talk to them. But my scripts are really, because I try and call so much, if they say, yeah, I'll take a look at it, I'm drafting up an offer, sending it to them, trying to set an appointment to go visit with them, et cetera, et cetera.
So what's your process, Jeff? Like, when you do this and you get a list of like 1,000, you said, and does your team skip trace all at once, or like what's the process?
If I were to find multiple properties, like right now we're at, sorry, I'm gonna undo foreclosures. So there's 6,000. I would continue to go through these filters here and make my list based on, so right now we did pre-foreclosures. So if I were to see these 4 properties and I want to select them, like you need to select them. So let's say select all, you want to save them. I would name this folder open house, pre-foreclosure, high equity deals, and I would save that and I would send that to my team, and they would call based on that. But you want to categorize it like that, because if you send them properties that, or even if you're looking at properties that are in pre-foreclosure status, or a property that they're all paid up, they just have a high equity, it's totally different scripts. So pre-foreclosures, they're stressed out. Everybody's calling them. They need to sell their house. Some of these other people, they're not aware that their house is worth $400,000. They don't even know. Shit, now that you say that, maybe I would sell. It's totally different. So you don't want to combine all these lists and send them to one person and have them call, or you call as one script. It really depends on who that seller is. So on batch leads, it tells you. So I'll uncheck that, and I'll see if any of these 6,000 properties are absentee owners. Essentially what that means is they own that property, they don't live there. Or sometimes they're in or out of state. They just own this property. It matches everything else. It matches the buy box. They own the property. But what you'll want to do, now that they own the property and they don't live there, I would go into, I think it's ownership info, individual. A lot of times companies own these, and you're not going to want to call company. Let's say Zillow may own 200 of these. So I always try to do individuals. I don't really like to call LLCs or whatever. So now I got it down to 400. If you go into valuation and equity, let me see, minimum equity, I think it's a percentage. I got to change my setting. Yeah, here it is, right?
Yeah.
So I'd probably look at 50% equity or more and make sure what that does. Do you understand what that means?
Yes. Some people don't.
I don't know. Google it.
You have,
Yeah, 50%. If house worth 300, they only owe 150. So now it's like 300 properties. So I think that's a good manageable list. So these are, what I've done is looked at properties that match a buy box of a fund that I am working with. The current owners don't live there, and the current owners have 50% more equity in their deal. That'd be kind of a good list to save and start working on. And you can use that list for multiple reasons. You can use that list to try and underwrite it for the fund. You can use that list to try and get their house, their listing. You can try and lock it down and wholesale it. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff. But like I was saying at the beginning of the meeting, I was just showing how to use batch leads. I use the pro plan. It's like $2,600 a year, but after the first deal, the average, like my average wholesale fee is like $10K. So $7,500, no, it's probably 10.
Yeah.
But also, if you're on my team, I give you a username and log in to batch leads. So, anywho,
So, can I see?
boom. What's that again?
Can I see the lockbox, like the detail and
I don't understand. What are you saying?
I see your lockbox.
In the buy box.
My box, yeah.
Oh, for this fund? This one? Yeah. I can send that to you too.
Yeah.
I just can't send this. I can't send the underwriting sheet.
We can.
You can make your own, really. It's not hard.
Open the.
Yeah, I can email. If you didn't register for this, maybe just give me your email and phone number or something. Make sure I have it, and I can send you the buy box, the batch leads training you need. And again, this is just one of the funds. And we spent an hour on this one, but
So actually, this is one of the tools, but I believe like all of us here, we have HAR membership. HAR have another tool, it's called PropStream, and it can do similar things.
batch leads bought PropStream.
Oh, okay, so now they integrated.
Just bought it. That's why, let's say we want this property. Traditionally, you would have to take this property and go get it skip traced. Now, you save it to view. Let's say we put this in off-market deals that are open house.
Oh, okay.
And then because they bought PropStream, they have new data. So, as soon as you save it, it gives you the data.
Ah,
You don't need to do that anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you have this connected to the dialer or your?
They have a dialer, yeah.
In there, so
Yep.
there's where they work out of there and anything else from there.
They work out of here in Lofty, which is Chime.
I'll see that.
Yeah, if you're not with the, or I think everybody here is with EXP, but it's one of the CRM options you can use. I think any CRM that you use is a good CRM, really. They're like, oh, this CRM is crap. I'm like, no, your follow-up is crap. CRM is good.
Get a list, you would load them into your CM and then you start to go.
Yeah, because once I saved it, let's assume I saved this, I found these and I saved it as a list. I don't want to mess mine up, honestly. I should have logged in with another user, honestly. But let's say I saved it, it would be under my list, and then any of these lists here. So let's do, where's my open house? Oh, tags, sorry. I was looking under tags. I was looking under list, I need to look under tags. I think I only have a couple in there. Oh, I got 500. So right now, yeah, I would do that, and then you can do whatever you want. Let's say you select all these, and let's say, yeah, you like calling and emailing, but also you want to add them to a direct mail campaign or upload them into your dialer, like I was telling you. You can upload them into your dialer, or you can old school, do direct mail, make a campaign, again, it'll be like open house, whatever, and it'll just start mailing them stuff.
Nice.
There's all kinds of stuff you can do with batch leads. You get so many credits. That's why, like with RedX, I can just give my username and password to my agents, but with this, I can't, because whatever you buy in here just charges my card.
Okay.
And one guy, I got a $4,000 charge because he skip traced 400,000 data. And I was like, dude. Anyway,
I see.
so I stopped doing that. If you're on my team, in my office, you want to do it, yes, but I can't give this. I would just buy it, honestly. It's worth it. So we spent about an hour on batch leads. You want to show them Privy or any? I'm just spitballing up here. I don't, like I said, it's like a workshop.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go back to the buy box. If you have a buy box, if you're working with an investor, I really want to show me and Jeff how to review the buy box right now. So let's start with yours, because I know you.
Yeah, you want to plug in your Mac? Do you have HDMI?
Do you want me to leave?
Are you gonna? No, I can.
Okay. So Michael, what are you looking for? Tell us.
3-bedroom, 2-bath, spring, home.
You want to start with just HAR to show people how you would set up like a trust on HAR, but you would like me to do that?
I would use Privy.
Yeah.
Privy is about to be free for EXP users because EXP is just going crazy with their EXP 2.0 stuff. So they're about to give us Privy. Privy, real quick, and we can show you how to use it. You can create that buy box in Privy, and it'll scrub MLS for you and send you those deals daily. Every time it matches a new deal, I get emails every day from Privy that hit my buy box. So here's one this morning.
So in your opinion, is not, I'm gonna say better, but is it different from?
Apple.
Would you prefer that over ARM?
Preview.
I would because,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Should you, yeah, show us?
Yeah, because it does it. I don't want to.
Something good? Yeah.
Yeah, show me how to use
Okay, so let me.
Jeff, while he does that,
Yeah.
and athletes, what's the most efficient way? Like, is it calling where you guys are getting most of the deals, or are you still?
I get that question a lot. There's 4 communication people use: call, text, email, and direct mail. And sometimes people prefer to text, sometimes people prefer to talk. Some people will actually call the mailer. Like I closed one deal. I think I spent $5,000 in mailers, and I made a $15,000 assignment. So I made 10 grand on one set of mailers, and it was someone that called me from my mailers. Some people, they're old school. You can call. So just, I don't know. Just make sure you're hitting all 4 of them. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm spending house money, if you will, because I only reinvested, I think, another $5K. So I've made $5K on that one. So I sent out $5K mailers. I made $15K, which actually is not that good. And then out of that $15K I made, $5K was cost. I spent another $5K in new direct, so I'm up $5K. So once you make, I use house money, so it's. But yeah, I am calling, texting, emailing. I just met with Simple Talk AI yesterday. My goodness, that thing is crazy.
What is that?
It is a team of AI agents that call, text, and on your behalf on lists that you give them, and it sounds legitimate. But they're not. The cool thing about Simple Talk, they're not trying to say that they're not AI.
Okay.
They'll say, "Hey, I'm calling on behalf of Jeff," and then once the conversation goes in a certain route, you want me to connect you with Jeff right now, or can Jeff send you an email and then we'll hang up? But we'll end the call. But other companies will try to mimic you, and they're like, "Dude, this is AI," and they're hanging up. This company tells you, "This is AI. I'm calling on Jeff. He's looking to buy houses." Anyway, I get off track. There's so much. You have HDMI?
I walked in already.
Oh damn, dude, you techie. Techie.
Okay, let's change gear a little bit.
Sure, 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
So that was back leads. Now we're going to show you.
Actually, let's start with the simple stuff first because nobody have Privy yet. So let's say HAR. Everybody have HAR. Yeah. You have your investor to work on. Michael work on his own deal. Everybody have investor to work on. So let's say, Michael, you are my client, right? And you're looking for a flip. Let's say, tell me again the credential.
So spring, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay. And let me break down a little bit to understand the logic behind your buy box. Why do you pick a Spring and Humble?
One, I know that area.
Okay, that's good. That's a good point.
And 2, not too far from here.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to bring that point up because actually proximity is really important. Trust me, when you flip a house 2 hours away from you, it's fucking suck, okay? So when you started, if there's a house that I just bought today, although I pay a little higher, it's 5 minutes from my house. So proximity, when you just started, especially when you just started, it really matters. You can stop by, you can take a look at the house. It's just a lot of stuff that you haven't figured out that you wish your house is like 5 minutes away. Yeah, so I would say since this is your first few investment property, just start with within 20-30 minutes of your driving distance. Yeah, it's gonna save you a ton of hassle.
Budget?
So the price point was below 200, but I think on average it'd be like
Yeah. Yeah, so there's different way for you to build your buy box as well. But let's say, are you gonna draw a rectangle? Because I know you live in Humble and you're looking for spring. Are you gonna draw a rectangle around the northeast area? Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is spring, Porter. It's actually a very big area for you to cover already, right? So this is a buy box, a really micro buy box. So criteria, and you say, well, what is the bedroom and bathroom?
3-2.
Okay. You say 2, is there a reason that you want 2 bedroom? Because those are very hard to sell.
3-bedroom, 2 baths.
Okay, there you go.
The standard house.
Yeah. So are you gonna do 3+ for now, right? Sometimes you run into a 5-bedroom house, you don't mind flipping those because those are fairly easy. Yeah, and you do 1 or 2 full bath, so I usually do 2+, so that way I don't miss anything. What would you say the square footage you're looking for?
1,000 minimum.
Huh?
1,000 minimum.
1,000 minimum. Is there a reason for that?
Just I'm seeing a little cheaper also.
It's
they move
easy.
faster.
It's easier to sell. Yeah, if you look at any other home, anything that below 1,000 square feet, it's hard to move around Houston. Yeah, so I usually go for this. And Hunter, I know you're the expert, so feel free to correct me. We're helping to find Michael a good buy box right now.
Yeah, no, I made money on a house that's smaller than 1,000 feet, but I sold it as is.
Okay.
So I'd say that if you're looking to flip a house, actually put money into it, yeah, 1,000 square foot, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, so let's say 1,000 to 3,000 square feet is usually what you're comfortable with. What do you think the year build should be?
Is it 1980 and above?
Yeah, and the reason for that is?
Well, below 1980 is like kind of, is it expensive?
What? Yeah, so if you buy a house below 78, you have to deal with all of that crap. Yep. And trust me, the plumbing in those old houses, they suck as well. They suck real bad. Same thing with the electrical. You run into all kind of issues, aluminum wiring. It's just very hard for let's say for a first-time investor to touch. Yeah. So let's say a set point, I would say 1980 and plus. You find new home, they in okay neighborhood. Is the garage important to you?
I would say yeah, but
Okay.
there's no garage.
Okay. Normally a house with 2 garages would be fairly easier to flip. Would everybody agree or?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I normally 2 plus, right? I usually say no to pool. Usually house with pool we can flip as well, but just to simplify the buy box, let's do that. And then what is the slab, the foundation? Yeah. So this is the custom field. I don't think a lot of people have the setup, but if you go to this thing right here, it's called add and remove. There's actually a bunch of stuff on SJR that you can filter out. And normally for me, if it's gonna be a house that I flip, I normally look for a slab. It's just a lot easier for us to work with versus a P and beam, some other type of foundation. You're gonna run into a lot of issues. So slab is just super easy to work with. Yeah, so I
That's
usually,
pretty big, so I would definitely slap.
yeah, P and beam
P&B is tough.
it's very tough.
Is there a way to search on this where it's all brick exterior?
Maybe.
I'm just curious.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe there's a thing called exterior
I
here.
just feel like the all.
Oh, there you go. Look.
I just feel like the all brick ones sell.
Yeah. Look, maybe I'm gonna add this into one of my selected field too. Oh, it's already added. Okay. So exterior.
We're trying to
Yeah.
essentially create a search for him that matches his.
Hey, so
style.
yeah. So Jeff, you actually have your filter over here. Yeah, it's say exterior. Yeah.
Is that defaulted?
Huh? For the flip, I wouldn't think so. But let's say if you have a certain buy box like Jeff, and they look for a certain exterior of the house.
Brick exterior.
Yeah, some of the buyer, the Asian buyer, they only want brick outside.
But if
Right,
it's
so this
not
is a good
mandatory
filter.
Field when you're entering the listing, sometimes it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it won't pull.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Exactly.
mandatory. Maybe it is mandatory.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I would like to bring to your attention the additional field here. There's a lot of cool stuff here that when you click here, it can pull out all kind of stuff. For example, the close date, the price per square foot list, the HOA mandatory, is it yes or no? Like all of this is hidden until you pull it out. And you're gonna be surprised. The tax rate too. If you try to look for a cash flow property, the tax rate is really important. You can just go here and then 2 minus, right? And then
How you get the additional field?
you click here.
For example, like,
No.
no, I mean like, how much you put on it, like, for example, the price per square feet, how much you
100.
The price per square foot list, and then so let's say I have a buy box for one of my investor. I know that it costs about $125 per square feet to build in Houston. If you want like a basic D.R. Horton house, it's gonna cost a builder $125 per square feet minimum. So let's say if I want to look for a value added house, I usually look for 115 minus, right, price per square foot. And apparently you have to check this one sold as well, because if you don't check on sold, it's not gonna show up. Yeah, so let's say if I want to look for active house, that is more like for sold comp, but price per square foot list, if I want to look for value added, if I want to buy below replacement cost right now, minus 115 is gonna be a good starting point. And then you go down. You see, when I put 115 minus, it go from 4,000, it go to 100. So that's a really good filter to filter on. And yeah, so this is one of my really good custom filter that I play around with. You click here and then you add a bunch of these on, and then all of a sudden you get more accurate buy box for you and for your investor. Tax rate, you can do 2 minus. Average tax rate in Houston is about 3.5, 3.6. So you want to, let's say you do a whole bubble around Houston, and then you want to be like, hey, give me all the neighborhood that have tax less than $2. and then that come down to less than 2%. Tax is your biggest expense on top of insurance. If you can limit this, and then everything else is gonna be easier to cash flow. Yeah. You can do 2.5 minus. You have 500 property. Why do that? When you can do 2 minus and you still have 83 to play around with. Yeah. Maybe upload them to batch lead and then skip trades and then call the seller. So these systems that we're showing you, you can download and export data so you can move things around, right? So it's right. Jeff, would you agree? Can you do that? Okay. Maybe I need your help to do that. This is actually a really good buy box. Okay, back to Michael buy box. Michael, what is the price that you're comfortable with? 200 and below, yeah. I would say that's a really good starting. It's doable. Yeah, most of the home that we buy, they're usually 200, and then we can flip it for about 250. Yeah, so that would be a really good buy box to flip. And look at that. Yeah, usually I look for a list of less than 50, because if you have more than 50, and then more than likely you're not going to look at it anyway. Same with you, same with your investor. So if I get a list of less than 50, usually that's a really good buy box to start with. So I go to result. And Michael, these are the 3 property that you can just go and underwrite right now. And you don't have to pay them this price. Some of the properties, the day on the market is like 148 days. You can offer them a lot lower, right? Because they're on the market for a longer time. Yeah.
So what my VA does and is doing is looking at the expiration dates of the listings.
Yeah.
And then once they expire, they're just calling sellers.
Woo! That's even better.
I mean, it's kind of shitty.
So what Jeff referred to right here, Jessica, if you go to expire, you can set it to, you can look for expired property within, let's say within this week. I want to look at the expired property in the zip code. So Michael, you can call, let me see, 7 is probably have 0. So let's do 20. Yep, nothing for 20. Let's do 60 days. Yep. So Michael, you can call this guy right now. His listing expire.
That's probably the most motivated person because they're
There you go.
just trying to sell it. They didn't sell. It's expired now. You know, man, what's going on?
There you go. It's expired. So that's your hot lead right there, Michael. Ask. So go ahead and ask Jeff a favor to do a skip trade. Get the seller data and then call them right now. Hey, this is Michael. I want to buy your house. You want to sell? And then go chase that lead ASAP. That's a hot lead right there.
I'll just say, hey, your property in Snowbay still looking to get 194,000 for it?
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah. So this is what I want to go back to HAR because I still believe that this is, as a realtor, we have access to one of the most powerful systems to find deal already, right? On top of batch lead, and on top of all the stuff that Jeff and I is going to show you next. But you already pay for this one. If you're going to start leveraging it, stop looking at the active and start looking at the sold, the withdraw, the pending, the expire, the terminate. You're going to have a whole bunch of stuff to play around with. Yeah.
On the other list, when you had sorry, if you have a check that expires, on this, couldn't you use the keyword type in or something like that to narrow?
I wouldn't use that. Yeah, what the keyword is what you as a listing agent put in there. A lot of people, they're not gonna put in there. So let's say I'm a $1 million buyer and I'm particularly looking for a house with a tennis court. I would use the keyword. But when you put that in, you're gonna miss a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I would spend more time, go to more stuff. What do you think about a terminate, Jeff? Can you go after people with terminate?
With both of those, you have to cross-reference and make sure they're not back on the market. So
Okay.
if you start looking at terminated 2, it could have terminated.
Yeah.
But then you were calling the seller, not knowing that they have since relisted it, and then you're
I see.
in trouble. So
I see.
don't
Yeah.
check it. But one is easy. There's 30, just make sure it's not. And actually, not to keep doing the ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You can paste that list in the ChatGPT, see if any of these are active, and it'll tell you.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so we, go ahead.
Would you recommend to put that 115 per square foot list price in there, or
For this one,
for the example?
this is for the example. I don't think so. Again, you can play around with it, right? So you have the 200 minus over here. They only give you 33 property.
I think what he's trying to say is you do the fixer upper, then you do
Yeah.
it 115 and less because
Yeah.
because
So-
if you want to sell back, it's going to be 125.
So Michael, so you can put a 115 minus in there, but you see your list go down to 5.
Oh, it's fine.
So maybe when you do this, you go after this 5 first. But let's say you want a bigger list to work with, just to take a look around, and then you can delete this and then go to.
But you're looking for an investor, like right now.
Uh,
Fix up.
The investor actually
depend on their buy box, right? What are they looking for? Are they looking for flip? Are they looking for cash flow for flip? Okay, this is a really good buy box for them. Is that your question? Yeah. So we're looking anything less than 200. If you want to really narrow it down, you can do 115 minus per square feet, which is even gonna narrow the list down. But it's only give you 5 in this particular buy box that I built for Michael.
Can you look at the 5 match?
Yeah.
If you look at that right now.
Okay, so look at the result real quick.
Yeah. Is there anything good?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. No. Well, so this is really cheap, Michael. You should go after this.
Yeah. How long have you been?
Yeah. So this is new, fresh on the market. I bought it. Is more than welcome to put in an offer. So these have. Huh? What's that? Offer gun? You can show it right now after this. Yeah. Yeah, I thank you. So these are the 5 really hot property that you can really go after right now. They're all under $115 per, which is going to be below replacement cost. And these, some of them, they look pretty nice. And some of them is 92 days in the market, so you know that you can even offer lower. So look at the remote and see, this is with open door right here. Yeah, I don't know if you can lowball open door or not, Jeff. Maybe not. Can you lowball yeah, okay.
You can actually,
Yeah.
open door, I buy your house for less than that. They don't have a good.
Yeah. Michael, I would go after this one. This one looks like a really good one right now. Right? From 220, they go to 200. They've been on the market for 65 days. It's $99 per square feet. You know that you can go after this one. They really want to sell. And they, yeah, you talk to the, you can go after the agent. Yeah. You can go jet method and go directly to the seller, or a lot of the time you can just make an offer to the listing agent. If they have a listing agreement, then yes. This is active. Yeah, so all the active properties go to the listing agent, make an offer, they will present. But so if you were my client, Michael, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this real quick, right? Because I want to give you a bigger list. So I'm gonna go to result, right? These are really good. We went to the top 5 already. I'm gonna hit on save. I'm gonna create a new auto email. I'm gonna add you as my new client, Michael, John. What is your email? Let me see. Hang on, let me just pull it out here faster. Michael. So this is exactly what I do with my investor. I build a buy box for you. I put you in here, and I say, Michael, buy box for flip around Spring and Humble area below 200K. All right, boom. I make sure I BCC myself so that way I can see that as well. So what we go over, single family, active, right? Current price is $200,000 or less. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, building square feet 1,000 to 3,000, year build, number of garage, pool is no, foundation is slab. I'm gonna send that to you daily, not every single minute because you get overwhelmed. So it's totally up to you if you like a total crazy and then do ASAP. But me, I do daily. I look at those emails 1 a day. And then boom, that's it. So now Michael, you have your buy box. And you know your top 5 that you should go like after like right now. Those are actually really good.
Okay, so
Right? Huh? Yeah, you should. Yeah, like that's why I BCC myself. So if you actually look in my email, let me actually show you my email right now. So over here, I have Thomas, right, under 115 year build. So you see, I go over all my buy box already. I have the guy that looking for a short-term rental. I have the guy that looking for long-term rental. I go over this buy box, and then if I see anything that's really like a top one, and then I just text them. It's just a way, remember Thao say, it's a way for you to deliver value to your client. If you missed it, I know you know that they're gonna see it anyway. Yeah. And in HR, there's a way to check if your client is active or not, right? So if you go to here, if you go to auto email, you can actually see who opened your email. So I can see some of my clients, they're not very active, and some of them, they open my email like every day or every day. Yeah.
When you scan the Outlook, it will be like every single day at
every single day in the morning. You can be a lunatic and you can do ASAP. I cannot deal with that, so I do daily. Any comment, Jeff?
Nope.
Okay. Any comment, Hunter? Good. Okay, question.
How do you determine repairs? I know you gotta look at the property, but
Uh-huh.
say if I already went to look at the property and needs a new roof,
Okay.
is there a price per foot?
Price per square foot. Hunter, feel free to come
Yeah,
in.
I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
Hunter if you can explain, because a lot of people always ask,
I get question a lot as well.
how do they know how much it's gonna cost? Like, what do you do
For construction.
on the rehab? Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 different types of rehabs that I do. I think it's important to get a box of each one. Like this is what you're doing, this one's this one. But so, number 1, I have a listed, which I do $15 per square foot.
That's a good number.
10 to 15 bucks a square foot. Yeah. So 1,000 square foot is going to cost $15,000. So most of the time for those, I'm doing carpet paint. Every now and then, like if the cabinetry's okay, I'll replace the hardware. So, yeah. Just to give it like a fresh look, but I try not to spend too crazy much money. Obviously, it can be lower than $15 a square foot, depending on how nice it looks. And then I have a cosmetic, which is basically kitchen, bathrooms, carpet, paint, outlet covers, hardware, stuff like that. Countertops. Full cosmetic, everything on the inside. And that one runs anywhere from 25 to 35 bucks a square foot. If you're getting up to $35 a square foot, you're probably about to start including some of the big 5. The big 5 are HVAC, electrical, plumbing, roof, foundation. Each one of those are the most expensive components of a house. Aside from framing and stuff like that, we're not talking about being able to rebuild. But those 5 trades are your biggest expense. So if you're up to the $35 square foot, 1 or 2 of those are probably going to be included in the cosmetic. Now, if we're getting up to a full gut, it could be anywhere from $35 or $40 a square foot to $65, $70 a square foot, sometimes more depending on if the framing needs to be done, depending on if you're going down to the studs and just ripping out all the sheetrock. That gets expensive.
That's a good job.
Yeah, full gut.
So how much was it?
Anywhere from $40 to $70 a square foot, depending on how. Yeah, it gets tough. If you're ripping out everything, like from siding on the exterior to drywall on the interior,
Yeah.
you're literally just slab and frame. You're getting up there $70, $75 a square foot.
In that case, it's like a house has been burned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Michael, we accept the fact that you're gonna make mistake, right? I've been doing this for 10 years, and people still screw me over. Trust me, you will make mistake, and that's why when you run a number, you have to leave enough buffer, so that way when you make mistake, at least you can still make money or come out on top.
So,
I was just gonna say, playing off that, I still lose on 1 out of every 10 instances.
Yeah.
1 out of every 15 instances. It's just given, something's gonna come up, something's gonna happen, the market's gonna take a dip, that contractor's gonna steal money, there's always gonna be money. It just happens. So go in there with eyes wide open and do your absolute best to underwrite it correctly and be conservative on your numbers. Just buy as many as you can, it's that way the wins, that way the losses.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and,
quick question on that.
Go ahead.
How do you determine where on that range you're gonna go as far as the lipstick?
Experience. So one thing I would recommend you do is as you start looking at these properties, you can let us call Jeff.
Yeah.
Call one of us or get a contractor you trust to go out there with you.
Yeah, Michael, I hope there's an easy button that you can push, but this thing, it comes with experience. You have to get burned a couple of times, and then you know when you lose money, okay?
Send pictures to one of those.
Yeah, send a picture to us. Yeah, but on the top, right, your roof is going to be the most expensive. And by the way, document everything. This is one of our flip. We document every single expense. So if you notice, the roof is usually the most expensive item. And then it comes with the AC. The granite costs a little bit as well. This house, we do a ton of sheetrock and paint. So paint of sheetrock repair costs quite a few bit. Home Depot trip, Jesus, I don't know how many Home Depot trip that we make, but it's a lot. Yeah, so just document stuff, and eventually you know how much stuff is gonna cost. Yeah. But go with the Hunter number. It looks very accurate, and yeah, eventually
It's
you're gonna.
ballpark.
Yeah.
It's about as close as you can get just doing a generalized number, but I can tell you that
Yeah.
it varies for sure. I just walked a house that's 2,000 square feet. It needs pretty much everything, but I'm probably going to be able to get away with less than $45 a foot just because of some of the trades I'm going to
Yeah.
So for another investor, that might cost $130,000 to rehab this
Just
But
buy
yeah.
your own and do it.
I don't know.
Buy your own and do it, and then you get to know.
But yeah, come back to the finding deal. Was that helpful, Michael? Your buy box? Okay. Does anybody else, or are you looking for something, or is your investor looking for something that we can build something like so that way everybody can learn? Okay. So what is your mom looking for, sir?
There you go.
My mom wasn't specific in my box, but she just lives in Jersey Village. She wants something nearby.
Okay.
And all she knows is she just wants a cash flow. That's it.
Okay, this is a really good exercise. All the investors that gonna call you, they're gonna say that, hey, I just want to make money. But that's but exactly how, so you have to keep asking your mom or your client a question to later on peel out the onion. So help me out right now. What is some of the good questions that he can that you can ask your mom? Everybody chime in. What is the next question when his mom say, I want to make some money, I want to cash flow? What is the next question?
You put in the work or just like you
Okay. Yeah, so does your mom want to put in the work or does she want something like ready?
right now, I think ready.
Okay, yeah. So let's say for some investor like that, I usually just start them slow with something newer, because if you look for older house, it's gonna be really tough for them. They look at it and they see the ceiling falling apart, they see more everywhere, they're not gonna buy. So you start for something newer. Okay, mom, I understand. So let's start with something, let's say 2020 and plus. What is some of the important criteria that he mentioned? Jersey Village. Okay. Would you think your mom will drive like 2 hours to go see a house?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, so you need to go here, go to map search, figure out where's Jersey Village, right here, and then probably just draw a circle around that. Probably right here, my mom would probably drive like 5 miles to go see a house. Okay, let's just start with that. Okay, bad news for her, 2020, for a house that go above 2020, wouldn't miles only 20 house.
I'm like her, so look at the 2005, that's 20 years later.
20 years later?
Yes, it's still new.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, so mom, we don't have enough property for you to buy. Let's go look at something older, but it's still new. You don't still have to do any work.
Yeah, that's what I,
Yeah.
that's what I.
17 matches was good.
Huh? Yeah, it was decent, but we haven't put in the price yet. I don't know how much.
sorry.
He want to buy like a cash flow property within Jersey Village, which is already very tough to do. Yeah. Yeah, so you have to ease up, peel the onion a little bit. If this doesn't work, and then you have to maybe go to Hockley. There's a lot of new construction right now in Hockley with lower tax that you can still fairly cash flow. Yeah. So we can just start with this. I actually gonna go ahead and play with the tax rate, because like I told you, tax rate is probably like the most thing that, one of the things that's gonna kill your cash flow. So I would start with something like 2.5 and minus to see if, so you still have 30, which is really good. Does your mom get a pre-approval letter yet? That's really important. Nope. Well, so that's the first step. Get your mom a hey mom, you know how much you pre-approved for yet? Given that, this is your mom and you know her income, how much you think that your mom can pre-approve for? You know how much your mom make a year?
She does nails.
She does nail? Okay, that's a tough one too.
Now is about 50,000 a year.
Still, she know.
It depends if
Yeah.
it's cash or.
Yeah? Or you can introduce your mom to Jeff. Jeff does hard money. If they do cash flow, Jeff can lend your mom the money.
What's your question though?
Huh?
Question?
What is the price? How much is pre-approved for?
No, for me, you should not do 300, you should do 250 and down.
Alright, 250 and
The reason
down.
why is because, okay, for me, I have a lot of houses for rent, around 2,000 to 2,400. That means you don't want to buy too much. The price is 300, that means the cash flow is less. So you want to go 250 down. So
Fairly enough. Yeah?
Yeah, so somebody calls me on the phone and they're like, I want to buy a investment property, I just wanted to cash flow. Can you just quickly go through like the questions that you asked them?
I just go through with them right now.
You did too, but.
Yeah.
So what location, how much have you approved?
Yeah. Yeah. I literally just went over that with him.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but is that all you asked for?
So as far as right now, again, you have to look at your buy box. Based on the question that I asked him, I have like only 20 property. That's enough to play around with already. Or if you want, you can go down more, and then your property is going to be less and less and less. So I only drill down when the list is big. Because based on what she's looking for, I can only find 20 property. Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
That's a pretty good list already. Yeah. Yeah, and then again, we just learned from Jeff today, you can actually go after expire and you can go after people that terminate as well. So you might as well include those in your search, and let's go ahead and take a look. Rental is gonna be a little bit more work. You have to run rental analysis as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just pick, hopefully the internet is working. Yeah, there you go. We can just pick a few good one that we have a good feeling that, oh, okay, I know this area is gonna rent for how much. And then, you know, you can send this list to your mom. Let's say your mom is your client. Hey mom, these are the lists that I prepared for you that match your criteria. These are my top 2. These are my top 5. Would you like to go see it? So that's exactly how you talk to your investor. And then you have to keep follow up. So let's actually take a look. Okay, this might look be a good one. Day on market is 60. Remember, you don't have to offer them exactly what they ask for. If it's 60 days above the market, just go lower.
180.
Yeah, the worst case, they say no, and then you come up.
Always go down.
Yeah, these are actually pretty decent.
I know, man. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
Bear Creek. Yeah. I want to look at the flood map as well, right? Because you don't want to buy in zone AE. If you buy in zone AE and then you as a landlord or your mom, you have to pay for flood insurance, and then it's come with another layer of complexity that you don't want to deal with. So I would just quickly check the flood map on my top 5. If it's zone X, and then you're good. So these are actually good property to actually go and underwrite for. This is a good looking one. It might rent for Katie in Bear Creek. It might rent for 2,000.
That one, what's the most of bedrooms?
3.2, yeah.
It's about 21. 121.
Yeah, make sure it's out of the flood zone. Yeah, X, so you good? Yeah, so play around with this. I'm gonna go ahead and again save it, right? New auto email. And then later on when you go to Privy is gonna somewhat save you time when it comes to rental analysis.
When is Privy gonna be free for us, Jeff? Do you know?
Yeah.
No, my age doesn't mean so
Yes.
for example, if I look in the house for myself to do like travel,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't want to do too much work, like just simple.
Like this?
And then change the
Carpet?
flooring carpet.
Uh-huh.
Is, how much do you think I should put in the private square feet?
5 per square feet.
5.
Again, play around with the number. You have the criteria, so you have your defined buy box, and then just do 125 minus and see how many houses come up. And then if there's no house come up, if there's a lot of house come up, and then you go down to 115, you go down to 100. When you go down to 100 minus, those are usually very hard to get in Houston. But if you can get those, and when you look at those photos, they look okay. And then those are your buy box. So you start with something, it's like a funnel. You start with something really big, and then you filter down until, hey, these are my top 5. And then I go after them. So that's one thing I learned from Jeff today. Even if the thing expire, I can still keep trace it, and then I go after the seller. Right? My name is Ashley. I want to buy your house today. That's it. You don't have to blah, 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 blah. You just want to buy. Here's the cash. Hey, what's your mom's name?
Hey, what's your mom?
Kim? Okay.
Last name.
Okay. You have an email? Or just use your email?
Do brand play, real estate, and what do you use on the last name? Just
Like that?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's say potential rental within 30 minutes of driving that can cash flow. Double check rental rate. So I usually put very detailed on the subject, so that way I know, right? Because later on you're gonna have a lot of buy box and then you don't know who is who. Yeah, I do daily, and then I save. That's it. All right, so that's your mom rental buy box. That's it. Yes.
Next, making an offer.
Okay.
How do you present it?
Okay, so let's quickly go over that real quick, and then we're gonna go to Privy. So if you want to see how I make offer, let's say the house that I just post, Shady Mill. Let me go to the very beginning. Yeah. Okay, so here's how I make offer. Hey, listing agent, I love seeing your listing on HAR. Hopefully this is the day when we have a chance to do business together again. I worked with her before, so I remind her that. Please see in the attachment offer, Shady Mill, for 180, 123. Okay, why is that? Because every freaking person is gonna come up with a round number. Again, guys don't, maybe everybody do this and then it doesn't work anymore.
You said you didn't calculate.
Huh? No, it's just some odd number so that they remember. It's just something extra, right? You can do 147, whatever your lucky number in, right? Throw it in so that they remember. 180, 123, would all the term favor the seller. Solid buyer, fast closing, no rammer. Okay, you have to remember, we talked about this, Michael. The thing that listing agent, they worry about is you having grammar at closing. You have to let them know, reassure them, hey, I have the cash ready, here's my proof of fund, this is my track record, and I don't have any grammar. Buyer, fast closing, no grammar. Buyer already saw the home this morning, really important, no blind spot, right? I'm looking forward to work with you again. Please confirm receipt of the offer.
It's a video.
Oh, and then I always told in the video. Hey, Mr. John, I love seeing your offer on HAR. This is going to be a very straightforward cash offer again, $180,000, and I'm going to let you dictate the term. Fast closing, so as soon as the title is ready, we can go ahead and close. We go see the house already. We know that the roof needs to be replaced, electric panel, some cosmetic stuff, but pretty straightforward for us. Hope we have a chance to work with you again and close this one out fast and easy for both of us. So let me know. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye. Hey, Mr. John, I love seeing you. See how many times that I just hit her, hey, no rammer, fast closing, no rammer, fast closing?
So you pre-record, you record that before you send the offer?
Yeah, just like this. So I use Loom, so I open up Loom. Just like this, and then I just started recording.
Can't you record one that's not specific, so you can just send it every
No,
time?
every single time. Hey Jeff, this is a really good offer, you should take it.
So it's just one you just apply like
Right, and then that's it. And then you copy it, and then you paste your offer, and then you send it. Yeah.
This one it's just kind of like you sell it like SE and then negotiate after inspection.
No, absolutely not. Okay. Okay, so in your offer, please do not put option period. Okay, option period is, I don't know, it's you're gonna scream I'm new when you put in option period. It's just the way it works. Yeah, they're gonna have 10 offer. Half of them probably gonna have option period. The other half offer is gonna have very high on its money with experienced people with cash buyer. Yeah, those you want to be considered in the top 5. Yeah.
So when you look at the list and then you find like the best one, and then you break down the number. If it like work and then you send an offer.
What do you mean?
So you need to break down the number first, like how much it will be after the treatment.
Absolutely, you have to know your number, how exactly how much you make. Yeah, before. Yeah. So that house they actually listed for 190. Yeah. So we got out for one.
That's why you come up with the best number.
Yeah. So long story short on that, I even gave up my commission after she come back. Hey, we have multiple offer. I sent an email back like say, hey, if that's a deal breaker, I gave up my commission. You can keep my 6%. Yeah. She actually feel bad and she gave me 2.5% after that. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's competitive, so it's you do what you can to get the deal. Huh? That deal is for myself. We bought it already, and right now it's on the market for sale. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you have to use your unfair advantage. You're a realtor, you're looking for the deal for yourself, you have to use your unfair advantage. Yeah. But Michael, does that answer your question for the offer?
Yes.
Yeah. So do that. Quick and easy. I have the template, I don't mind sending it to you.
What's your success rate on making an offer? Say you do like 10 offers in 1 week. Do you think you get
I
like
think-
response?
Yeah, I think about 10 offer. Yeah, I get one. So I got that one.
So 10% only?
Huh? That's a really good one, man.
No,
10% is really good.
What he tried to say is that, what's the percentage?
Dude, if you can get 10%, it's really good. Yeah.
How many offers are you sending?
Huh?
on a daily?
I have my VA, so whenever I see like the one that fit my buy box, so I have my VA prep the offer, everything ready, I look over, and I send it out right away. So I would say on average per week, maybe 2 or 3 offers per week. It's not that bad.
Are you actually sending from 1 to 4?
Yeah.
You send like 10, 15 a day.
See, she sent it in a day. So Jeff worked way harder than me.
No, it's
No,
easy.
but Jeff is big.
Okay.
He has about 3 to 4 per month.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Jeff come and show you offer again. I haven't learned about that, so I have been utilizing my VA to prepare the offer for me. Yeah. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Make sure to reassure, keep the listing agent that like, hey, this is my offer. My term is flexible. My price is firm. There's really nothing you can do on the price. All the term you dictate, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, you communicate that, the terms are flexible.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you make it very easy for the seller and the listing agent.
I want to point out a little bit. So You know your email say no drama?
Huh?
That's because of you. You got no drama. But investor, we don't know.
So that's my unfair advantage. I have to use it.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is,
You represent your buyer. You should know that your buyer should know that if you have any drama, and then your chance of getting the offer is going to be less. Yeah. So let them know.
that's a very bold.
Just let your investor know that they're competing with a guy like me. So their shit need to be straight. Otherwise, you're not going to get an offer. You're not going to get accepted. Because look at the market. You compete with a guy like me and Jeff. So you need to be committed and you need to be like, work with me on this. Yeah, you can't be like, I'm not going to put option period on it. Yeah, it's not going to work. Put 10-day option period for $100. It's not going to work.
No, that's okay. Let's see, Michael, if you have the investor, will you say no drama?
I wouldn't say it, but if it works, I'll do that.
Yeah, you have to put trust on your buyer as well. You have to, in the opposite way, you have to, have trust. Yeah. 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 Back to Privy real quick, and then I'm gonna give back the stage to Jeff.
Okay.
So let's say, Michael, remind me your offer. Remind me your buy box in spring.
Spring
Or does anybody else have a buy box that I can put on Privy right now? Anybody else looking for something? Are you looking for something, Adriana?
I know Spring Branch is a very hot location.
Okay.
So everybody seems like a lot of viewers are looking at.
The lot there. Okay.
Yeah, but I just hesitant because I purchased Old Forest recently instead. Because I'm trying to figure out the rent seems not able to pick it up. I'm not sure if we can check it out like a buy box, see if we are able to get a video in Spring Branch.
Okay, so help me define a good deal in Spring Branch for you.
Yeah.
Help me define it. And Mr. Ariana, would you mind helping me define what is a good deal for you in Spring Branch? Or what is the price range?
So I want to see if there is something that has a buyer better, because right now the rental comparison there is not like, the value to rental is not very high.
So you're looking for cash flow.
Yeah, better to have cash flow.
Okay, so you were looking for a rental in Spring Branch with cash flow.
Yes.
Did everybody notice how she go around and how I narrow her down? This is exactly how your buyer is going to be appealing to you, and it's your job to ignore what they say. I'm sorry, I'm just using you as an example, to ignore all the noise and then just narrow down. Hey, Miss Ariana, if I understand correctly, you're looking for Spring Branch, you're looking for cash flow, and you're looking for maybe newer home. Yeah, what is the price range?
It doesn't matter to be new home. The older home is fine because, the lot value.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna see Spring Branch is definitely a tough area to find rental, but let's see if Privy is gonna have something come up. So in the location,
It's one of the hot areas.
yeah,
in the investment.
and you buy them for appreciation. But let's see if we can find something that can even cash flow.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna click on Spring Branch, and then because I know this area is tough, so there's this box right here including surrounding area. So let me do that real quick. We're looking for single family only, active, and then over here, this is a cool thing about Privy. They have an AI kind of on top of HAR. So whenever you're looking for fix and flip, a tear down, a below market or long-term rental, right? You can click on it, and then they filter out the stuff for you already. So for example, for long-term rental, right, cap rate, we can go 5%. Cash on cash, they kind of the same. I don't know why they separated it, but let's just go cash on cash about 5% to see if we can find anything remotely close to what you're looking for. So let's say for Andriane, do you know if you pre-approved yet? Have you get your pre-approval letter?
Yes, if you ask my client, yes.
Okay.
This is for me, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to-
If you don't mind me asking, how much you pre-approved for?
So 400K, but
Okay, for 500K, perfect. All right, so we lower it down. 400, let's just the 420. Price per square foot, remember Ashley, we talked about this.
so question is sometimes people pre-qualify, but they prefer to have a lower, if you can purchase something like 300K,
Uh-huh.
that would be more preferred.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so depend. But let's say for Spring Branch, let's just say 400 and see if anything will come up. Yeah, so price per square foot, we talk about this, but I would say in Branch, it's really tough to find anything. Yeah, so let's say 200. The square foot is really important to you, or you don't really care?
No, it's not.
Okay, so we can leave it empty. So bedroom, I would say 3 and above. Same thing with bathroom, it's just easier to lease. Basement, we don't have any basement. HOA, we don't care. All home, you say all home or new home doesn't matter, or if it's really all home bother you?
It's actually, this is major targeting on older houses.
Okay.
New houses is really challenging.
Okay, so let's say you don't like newer home, we're gonna do 20, 20, and minus. So that's why we don't, just like one of the JEP open house buy box, we don't look at any newer house. Timeline past 6 months. All right, let's just run it and see what we come up with. Okay. Oh, I think Privy is broken too, Jeff. I can't find anything. Oh, there you go. Oh, this is in San Antonio.
Oh, you didn't do the zip code? Oh, yeah. That's right.
But it's everywhere though. Let me see. Spring Branch, Texas. Yeah. Church.
Yeah, that's why I do it by the polygon tool.
Okay. Yeah, these tools sometimes they stuff. Can you do a polygon tool in here?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's the map top right where it says up right now to the right. Map. I think you click on that.
Let's go back. I don't think the reason it didn't show up because we couldn't find anything that happened Spring Bank with a 5%. So let me just move this down to, let's say, 1% and see if anything come up with. Yep. Sorry, you don't have any property.
It was a Spring Branch and,
It's probably Spring Branch, Texas. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not a city.
Okay. So let's say,
Mine's 77055, but that's Spring Valley.
okay, let's see if it's come up. There you go. Yeah. This is not exactly Spring Branch. Yeah. But you can have an idea. Yeah. So the cool thing with Privy, they kind of underwrite the cap rate for you. So you have an idea if this one, you bought it, it might potentially lease. This is the big ranch. 1600 to 2600. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but they give you the comp again, verify them. And there you go. Yeah, there you go. Again, these are just the tool on top of HAR. I would verify the number. And then how I do it, I would usually save the church. And then it's very easy. You can just add a recipient right away instead of, so what is your email?
Probably I research for Spring Branch.
Okay. Let me see, for me, let me put me on real quick. Let me see, just see JV rental. Let me show you how I set up my buy box here, because I think that would be a better example. And again, the thing with batch lead, the thing with the software, they're still fairly new, so sometimes they are buggy. We just have to work around it. But for me, the house I show you, Shady Mill, I was actually find it here. So I have a buy box that say, with my buying company, that say value added deal under $250 around Houston. Let me see if I can find a really good example here. Yeah. So the way I set up the filter, I do Houston, Texas, single family, active. I do fix and flip. And over here, if you move from long-term rental and fix and flip, they give you the ARV, right? So I want to buy the ARV of less than 80% ARV. This is my purchase price. We talk about a price per square feet, so I don't want to buy anything above replacement cost, so I limit myself to 125. And just like Michael buy box, I limit my square feet, my square feet into this range, because anything above out of this range is very hard to flip. I don't mind all the bedroom. Go ahead.
So the ARV after repair value 80%, what that?
Let's say a house worth $100,000 after repair. I only want to buy at a maximum of 80%, which is 80 grand. Really, when you fix and flip, you need to buy less. But because I can't find anything, I have to put 80%, and then you can negotiate with the listing agent to have it lower.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 80% is a start. So when I run that search, Privy is gonna screen the MLS for you, and it's gonna give you potential area. For example, this one looks pretty good actually, 185. Let's see, let me pick one that we can analyze. I look at that one already, that one is not real. Actually, this one looks very good, right? So you scroll down, it gives you the comp here, so you know that there might be some spread here. And on a lot of the house that, I don't know, Jeff, if you notice, on a lot of the house that people actually buy on the MLS and then they fix it up, they can show you, I bought the house for this much and then I fix it for this much.
Yeah.
So they actually show you the spread that the other investor make as well, if they can find a house.
Under investments. You can also look at sold or pending or active.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so in a way, it just helps you screen a deal faster than HAR if you're running out of time.
That's why I like to build my buy box at Privy.
Yeah,
Just because when you send them to them, you open them, all it is right there. Where HR, it sends you one, but then you gotta do the research.
do the research.
Which
Yeah.
I'm gonna do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jessica, later on when you get this tool, it's just a way for you to speed up your time to find a deal. But when you find a good one, you can go back and then you can verify it. But at least at your fingertip, you can move fast with it.
How accurate is it
Huh?
versus you doing it manually versus?
I would say you have to double check it still. But for the deal that I bought, if you look on my email on Privy, and again, right, you have to spend time to check this daily. So just Jeff, I only have 3 buy box. Today, 1 day ago, I have 4 deals in here. I have a potential 9% cash return, and I have a potential Section 8 long-term rental here, which I put 5 bedroom and above. And then when you open up the link, it gives you only the 3 deals that you found. Maybe that's one right here, 400K. Look, Michael, 100K.
That's that one you saw.
Yeah.
I didn't show you out the picture of the house though. You probably
What's that?
have to go up there.
Okay.
I didn't see any pictures of the house
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they pull up from HAR.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you said not until later on we'll get it?
Yeah, I don't know when is the next rollout is. Me and Jeff is on the first rollout, but hopefully they're gonna roll it out to everybody soon.
We don't have.
Yes, right now it's for,
We are almost out of time. Do you want to quickly show us offer gun real quick?
yeah, real quick.
Did you say offer gun? Wow, from click to contract in 3 seconds. I buy that. Okay, maybe I can do it in 10 minutes, but 3 seconds work for me. If you want, I can switch your computer.
Yeah, I have all my stuff saved as a login.
Okay. Plug it back in. There you go. All right.
All right, so offer gun. I don't remember honestly how much this was. I don't think it was a lot.
How much does it cost though, first of all?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't remember.
Wow, look at that. 334 offer generated.
Yeah, not bad. Anyway, so what you'll do in here is you will create a template, and and you'll upload the purchase contract, your 1 to 4, and every single item you'll put what you want in there or what you want the information for it to go find and put in there for you. For example, I already know I'm going to use my title company that I own on every one of those. So in there, it's putting my information. But so once you, and that's just step, I'm not going to show you that because that's just literally just step by step. Just put it in there. It's really easy. But once you have your templates in there, every time you want to make an offer on a property, you go to generate offer, and then whatever template you have, the templates would be for each buyer that you have, or investor, or for me, we do cash offers with Sydney, and then my city side offers, essentially what that means is they are going to write it in my LLC, my buying entity. So let's say I want to make an offer on this property here.
I found it's $2,000 a year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So right there, so I type in the property and then I want to make an offer of $205,000 on the exact price right here, and offer price here it says $200,000. 2 different ways. One way you can do it is you can say email my agent. Essentially, it's going to email you the complete document to you, and then you can put that email. You can throw that document into an email and then do your video or whatever template you want. Or what I do is I just download it. So in, I don't know, 30 seconds, everything's filled out. Every single person that I send an offer to counters me because I make low offers. So what I mean by saying that is everything in there doesn't have to be perfect, because once you go back and forth and then they're like, all right, send me the contract, then you'll go in there and change it. But just for the benefit of making 10, 15, 20 offers a day, you don't need to do that. So it does current owners, it has my LLC, it automatically puts all this stuff in here. It puts the price that I want in there, it leaves the stuff that I wanted blank. And this, again, this is mine. It puts the address, puts in my title company information, puts in my option, puts in the buyer's paying for title, every single thing here. I don't need a survey. You can take out, what a good thing, you can take out the option period and put in residential lease use. You can put residential new construction use. You can put all, anyway, it's an out. It's not an option. It's a, you can say, hey, based on that, I actually can't lease it, so I need to terminate. And then you're out. And that's you make an offer, not option period, but technically you have an out. So I always try to use that as objections. Most of the properties I'm making offers are an HOA, so I just put it is, it puts it is. But anyway, it fills everything out. It's done. I have the offer, owner's a licensed real estate agent, I'm gonna close. You put, on your template you pick, so I picked 14 business days, so it automatically calculates and put 14 business days. It already puts in here, I can assign the contract. Anyway, this is during the template process, you'll put these blanks in. So the longest part is creating the template and then it just makes the offer. It even puts the listing agent's information in here, which takes freaking forever.
Yeah.
But it does it. And then it asks for 3%. This is the old, as you can see, I don't know if y'all noticed, this is the old Trek contract. So I need to update my templates because the new templates has the commission thing in there. And then it throws on the HOA, and then if it was 1978, it throws on the lead-based paint addendum too. But again, it's a legitimate offer, it's filled all out, and it took me, so people are like, oh, I can't make 10 offers a day. Yeah, you can make 10 offers in 30 minutes. You literally put in the MLS number, put in the price, it does it, it emails it to you. Like, it's really fast. I think it's worth it. And honestly, I don't know how many users I can have on this, but if someone's in here serious and they actually want to utilize this and make offers, let me know, because I don't see, so I'm pretty sure I can have multiple users if that makes sense, and I already paid for it. Anyway, that's just Offer Gun. It's really easy to use.
So, or this would be an easy way to, if you're just trying to, if you find good deals and you want to wholesale it, just send a bunch of offers and then you just disclose that you're a
So-
licensed person and then you have the right to listen.
Yep. So here's the flow. Get it on the buy box at Privy, for example. He needs to market it.